Donald Trump says that he would have stepped in to help during the Florida school shooting on Valentine's Day that left 17 people dead.
The president said most of the people in this room would have rushed in, too. He was talking with a meeting of the nation's governors about the school shooting in Florida. The White House says President Trump will meet with a bipartisan group of lawmakers tomorrow to talk about ways of addressing gun violence. A state Senate committee in Florida has voted 9-4 for a bill that would raise the age to purchase rifles from 18 to 21, would also create a 3-day waiting period to buy those weapons. Those rules are already in place for handguns. The bill approved yesterday would also let Florida counties authorize teachers to carry concealed weapons in school if they undergo law enforcement training and are deputized by the local sheriff's office.
Governor Mark Dayton plans to meet with his cabinet and also legislative leaders today to discuss ways to make schools safer. It comes a day after Republican Senate leaders in Minnesota proposed a major overhaul of security systems in our schools. Pat Kessler reports.
The Florida school shooting reverberated across the country, including Minnesota. Lawmakers looking for ways to prevent a similar tragedy here.
Number one is you harden the target.
Senate Republicans unveiling a sweeping plan to allow schools to use a Safe Schools Fund to make classrooms more secure.
We need to stand here today and we need to start to figure out how we can keep our kiddos safe at our schools.
The bill lets schools choose their own security, including bulletproof glass, steel doors, armed security guards or police, single-point entrances, even a new state fire alarm policy, so students do not unwittingly evacuate their classrooms into a shooter's line of fire.
Their greater fear is not fire. We haven't had a fire death in a school in over 50 years. We've got sprinklers and zoning and materials in the school that really keep the threat of fire down.
School safety is one of the few areas on which Democrats and Republicans can agree. Their debate may be over how much security is necessary without addressing the issue of easy access to guns.
Do we want to reinforce this notion of being under siege consistently? Are there alternative ways in which we can make our society safer?
Pat Kessler, WCCO 4 News.
There's one other part of this school safety effort that could be very controversial. Republican senators say that they will explore the possibility of training teachers to carry guns in school. That's an issue Democrats see as a no-go.
Remember that court battle and long argument about the governor wiping out the funding for the Minnesota State Legislature? Forget it. This morning, the House and Senate have $130 million to operate. Governor Mark Dayton signed that budget into law last night. The governor vetoed that amount in funding last year. Wasn't happy with the tax bill sent to him. The move triggered months of court cases, all sorts of legal fees, forced the legislature to go into the 2018 session using emergency funds. In a statement Monday, the governor said he's glad to put this matter behind us so that we may turn our attention to the issues important to Minnesotans. Minnesota Vikings have some quarterback decisions to make.
According to NFL Network, the team will not use a franchise tag to keep Case Keenum in a purple jersey. Keeping Keenum as the starter would have cost around $24 million. He led the Vikings to a 13-3 record and the NFC Championship game after Sam Bradford was injured. Keenum could become a free agent in mid-March.
Kirk Cousins will also be a free agent. And of course, there are lots of rumors that the Vikings may want him. However, the rules in the NFL, teams are not allowed to contact free agents for a couple of weeks yet. New York Jets have said they're going to pony up some big-time money. They'll reportedly offer Cousins more dough than anybody else. But Cousins has said he wants to play with the winning team, and that ain't the Jets. Also in the mix, Teddy Bridgewater, don't know what'll happen there. Sam Bradford potentially, so lots of decisions to be made. Another Vikings player surprised a Brainerd High School senior who has many talents.
Yep, take a look.
Hey, Lily. How's it going? How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Kyle, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Got a jersey for you.
Lily Charlier plays on the football team. She's a state champion weightlifter, and she's an accomplished ukulele player. Her talents got her a full scholarship at Quinnipiac University in Connecticut. Over the weekend, Kyle Rudolph surprised Lily at the Dick's Sporting Goods grand opening in Baxter. He gave her a signed jersey to recognize Lily's inspiration to young athletes. Kyle Rudolph, an amazing guy.